this safe? Just press your recorders down. Yes, I invited you to debrief the country on 1-2 issues. I did state to the country that my approach to this office shall be based on accountability and service. And in that spirit, I would like to report to the country that today morning I had a meeting, the first meeting, official meeting with chairpersons of the 4 accountability committees chaired by the opposition in Parliament, as the rules state. We had a very cordial meeting to discuss the state of affairs in their dockets, as well as making the basic reporting on what so far they have found on their desks, pending and plans. And I want to state that each committee chairpersons have reported readiness to start on their tasks, but they also reported their deep frustration to the actions of the ruling party a month after members of Parliament were sworn in. The ruling party has up to now not designated members to these committees. The ruling party has, by extension, not appointed the chairpersons of the committees under their jurisdiction as the majority party in Parliament, implying that we do not have leadership for the the sectoral committees and a number of standing committees to which they offer leadership. So as we speak, these accountability committees are not able to operate, because even the leaders that we appoint as the opposition have not officially begun their work, because Parliament is yet to officially recognize them as leaders, because as per the rules, designation is done on the floor of Parliament, and no meeting has been called to make this designation. My office has tried to inquire from the government chief whip, and there's no unequivocal answer is coming out to explain their inability to designate their members 30 days after being sworn in. The independents too have come to me to complain, because independents, as per our rules, are designated by the Speaker. The office of the Speaker has not designated the independents either. You know, what this means for Parliament and the country is that Parliament is operating in ad hoc form. And if you're a student of management, and I'm talking about prudential management, if you're a student of management, ad hocism and illegality are cousins. They share DNA. So Parliament is slowly sauntering into an arena of ad hocism, and that portends danger to this Parliament and the country. I had an interaction with the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and her hands are tied because she cannot designate where the ruling party has not forwarded names. So the Speaker is equally dispirited and stranded, which is why she is resorting to ad hoc means of running affairs of Parliament. And as far as we are concerned, this is not sustainable. It's not the best way of running Parliament. The Speaker actually talked to me in that spirit, and I appreciated it because her hands are tied. So we want to implore and demand at the same time of the ruling party to make their members available by way of designation so that Parliament can properly function. Because of failure by the ruling party to designate their members, the business committee of the House is not in place. So without the business committee in place, the business of the House again remains ad hoc. And some of us are not used to working in that form of style, because some of the actions of Parliament operating in an ad hoc way are bound to be challenged in the future. So by extension, again, the Parliamentary Commission is not in place because the ruling party has not designated commissioners. We are told that they are jostling with who they put where. People are making bargains, people are making concessions, and these concessions that are really derailing the work of Parliament are going to try and undermine the independence of Parliament. So I want to encourage and invite the ruling party whip to inform the country as to his inability. If they need help, to be helped. Otherwise, we demand that the ruling party does its work, gets out of the slumber. Members of Parliament were elected to perform their mandate. The Speaker was elected by members to do his or her job, and the Speaker's hands are tied because the ruling party is slumbering away, or is deliberately undermining, is refusing. Actually, some of us contend that the ruling party is deliberately refusing to designate members for us to undermine the work of Parliament. Because they are aware that the moment they refuse to designate, the Speaker has nothing to do. So we demand that immediately the ruling party must or should come out and designate its members on the various committees, appoint leaders of the committees, appoint commissioners so that they are designated. I don't think the Speaker will fail to call for a sitting somewhere where social distancing is feasible, say in Corona where we are, or where last time, to elect the Speaker. Sorry, to elect the Speaker and the Deputy, so that the work of Parliament can progress without being inhibited by technicalities. As far as we are concerned, we are ready. The opposition is ready. The chief opposition whip is ready to designate. But the Speaker cannot call for a sitting to designate the opposition only. So we are inviting the ruling party to do their work and stop undermining the work of Parliament. One of the issues we have discussed with my team is that we want to discuss with the Speaker so that the Human Rights Committee also becomes an accountability committee that should be under the opposition. We have over time observed and learned that the abuser of human rights is the state, and we have also seen that the ruling party and the state are fused. So leaving the Human Rights Committee in the hands of the ruling party is problematic. This being a standing committee of Parliament does not require so much. And we are ready to move the House to amend our rules to make the Human Rights Committee one of the standing committees for which, accountability committee and standing committee for which the opposition offers leadership. Because we believe accountability per se is not financial only, it can also be accountability on human rights, which the opposition should offer leadership. After all, some of the major abuses are listed on opposition supporters. So these are issues I wanted to raise to share with the country, that we have shared with my members, and also issues coming out from other members of Parliament that are being frustrated by the methods of work of the ruling party.
Maybe what is at stake? What does this imply?
I think I have explained that as long as Parliament is operating in ad hoc way, some of the ad hoc methods of work border on illegality. Because if the Speaker is going to appoint an ad hoc committee, the rules guide on how it is done. If the Speaker is going to appoint a secretary committee, the rules are very bold on the approach to having one. What we want in place are the committees in place so that the committees can execute its mandate. Take an example. If COVID is the reason why the committees cannot sit, the cabinet is 80 members and they sit almost daily. A committee of Parliament is 30 members maximum. So if 80 can sit, so why can't 30 members sit to execute officially and legally the duties of Parliament for which the committees are in place? So we are speaking to the preferred methods of work, because the ruling party has elected to undermine Parliament by refusing to designate members to committees.
Maybe we'll get this clear. The Speaker set up an ad hoc committee. She's doing some work, others are going to the country for COVID-related businesses. Are those committees, they are illegal, as you say? If so, I'm seeing your members there. They are members. Were you consulted?
I am airing out the frustration of the opposition, probably which the Speaker does not have space to air out. But if she had the space, she would have said the same words I am stating here, that her hands are tied as the Speaker. If you demand that she designates, is she going to designate air? The Speaker needs people that have been nominated by their parties to be seconded for business. So in the face of that frustration, She is being creative to make Parliament active, which is why, probably if she cannot speak, I am demanding on her behalf and on behalf of those who want to see things done right, that Parliament should be fully constituted by way of making committees operational to avoid anarchism, which I have warned that borders on illegality. I hope you understand what I'm saying now.
So what is the fate of any report that the committee might come up with?
You see, the Speaker has wide-ranging powers, okay? But that cannot pass to be the modus operandi. Whereas she can have a task force to follow up on particular obligations, I'm not saying that she's also going to set up a task force on PAP. Okay, I am warning on making this a way of life for Parliament. All right? Yeah. Okay. Kye njagala okutegeeza eggwanga nti enkyaleero obukiiko obukulirwa oludda oluvuganya tudde na ofisi yange tudde n'obukulembeze bwabo bachairpersons n'abamyuka baabwe nga tugezaako okutegeera ngeri gye batambulamu ne bantegeeza obulimu bwe bayitamu. Ekisooka olw'okuba nti Parliament ennaba kutuula mu butongole, tebannaba kutuula mu ofiisi zaabwe mu mateeka era mu butongole. Nandibadde ffe ab'oludda oluvuganya twakolaga omulimu gwaffe okulonda abakulembeze b'obukiiko obwo kumpi omwezi mulambo oguyise. Mu ngeri emu ofiisi ya Nampala w'oludda oluvuganya yamala dda okuweereza ababaka mu bukiiko obwo ng'amateeka gaffe bwe gagamba. Naye bassentebe bantegeeza nti basobola kukola mulimu gwabwe kubanga ekibiina ekiri mu buyinza na buli kati tekiweerezangayo babaka era Parliament etuulanga kusobola kuyisa babaka abo. Ate nga kituufu si babaka bokka ba bukiiko obwa accountability naye n'ababaka b'obukiiko obulala. Kino kitegeeza nti nga bwe tuyimiridde nga wayiseewo omwezi mulamba n'okusoba, ekibiina ky'NRM kikyalemedde okufuna abakulembeze b'obukiiko balinaako obuvunaanyizibwa. Obukiiko obulondera ministries betuyita sectoral committees, ate n'obukiiko bukola emirimu egy'enkizo oba bwetuwandiise standing committees bwe balina okuwaako obukulembeze. Tulowooza nti kino bakikola mu bugenderevu okulemesa Parliament okukola emirimu gyayo mu butongole, tubeere awo nga twemagaza bo nga bakola bye baagala okukola, kubanga ne Speaker mu kiseera kino tosobola kumunenya kubanga akola byakola nga bw'abirabye kuba talina bantu bakutuma mu butongole. Twagala kutegeeza aba NRM nti ekikunta kye balimu ekibuguma bakiveemu, bategeere nti eggwanga libanja obuvunaanyizibwa Parliament, bawe obukiiko obukulembeze, baweereze n'ababaka mu Parliament ku bukiiko obw'enjawulo tusobole okukola emirimu gyaffe mu butongole nga Parliament. Waliwo ebyekwaso ebya COVID, tewali atamanyi bulabe bwa COVID, naye twali kigaana bukiiko bwa Parliament buliko abantu 3 okutuula okukola omulimu gwabwo nga kabineeti y'abantu 8 etuula buli lunaku, okuggyako nga bagamba nti wabeera ababaka ba Parliament babeera COVID, awali kabineeti wabeerawo COVID. Twagala kutegeeza aba-NRM nti obuvunaanyizibwa eri eggwanga lino obuyita mu Parliament tetusobola kubusigira muntu mulala, era Bannayuganda bategeere nti Parliament byetakoze mu kiseera kino ng'erina okubikola aba-NRM babiremesezza, baganya okuweereza ababaka abakulembera obukiiko n'okuweereza obukulembeze ne bammemba ku bukiiko buno obw'enjawulo. Ekivuddemu nti emirimu gya Parliament gikolebwa ku buyambi bwa Speaker ye nga bw'aba alabye, kubanga naye emikono gy'emisibe talina bantu bakutuma mu butongole ng'ayita mu bukiiko obulagiddwa amateeka. Ensonga endala gye tukoonyeeko nti tugenda kusaba Parliament ekole ejjulule akamu ku bukiiko bwayo akagoberera eddembe ly'obuntu kave mu mikono gya kibiina ekiri mu buyinza kadde mu buvuganya, kubanga tukizudde nti eddembe ly'obuntu erityoboolwa kyekimu gavumenti byerina okunnyonnyola, so nga aba kibiina ekiri mu buyinza abeekulubeesa ku gavumenti eri mu buyinza tebasobola kuwa bukulembeze kakiiko kano ak'eddembe ly'obuntu. Tulowooza nti wajja kubeerawo okuwuliriza n'okutegeera ekintu kyesiri mu nsonga eno, situyagaliza bweyagaliza naye twagala okunnyonnyola n'okulanga kw'eddembe ly'obuntu kudde emikono gy'abo abasobola okubuuza ebibuuzo n'okulondoola nga tebalina nsisi ku nsonga eno.
Otula ku parliamentary committee mu kiseera kino mutuula oba biri awo buli kimu kiri awo nga bwe kiri, kuba tumanyi kati kuliko memba gwe n'obuzafu n'abaki, naye parliamentary commission etuula kuba tumanyiko waliwo ne contracts z'abakozi ezaggwako ezetaba okulimu, so mu mbeera eyo ki ekiriwo?
Akatubagiro akali mu parliament olw'okulemererwa okussaawo obukiiko obw'enjawulo kafaanana n'ensonga nti mu kiseera kino abeena tebanaba na kulonda bakomishona, ate nga balina bakomishona abasinga obungi. Omulimu gwa commission omukulu ate nga yalabirira parliament nagwo tegukola. Tetumanya akussaawo eno atwala buvunaanyizibwa obuba mu mikono gya muntu omu, oba abakozi abeetaaga okuwa zi contract, abakozi abeetaaga okugezesebwa, contract ez'emirimu egy'enjawulo egyaggwako mu parliament eyaggwa, byonna bikyatudde. Akakiiko gebayita business committee esalawo emirimu nga bwe ginaatambula mu parliament n'ogisoosowaza tekaliwo kubanga kabeerako ba chairpersons ba committees, speaker ne leader of opposition nako tekaliwo. So oyinza okugamba nti parliament etambula kiwalazima olw'embeera efaana bwekyo. Ekyo kunze n'abalala abagoberera kigenderere, ndowooza ab'NRM bali eri bali mu kkuba nduulu bakubanga nga balaba parliament etambula ng'etaliiko mutwe. Naye njala kusaba ababaka ba parliament n'abali mu NRM balamanye nti kino tetukibanja kubanga gavumenti yaabwe eri mu tulo, naye nabo ng'ababaka batumibwa abantu obuvunaanyizibwa bwabwe tebusobola kukolebwa nga parliament etambula n'ebitege bw'etyo.
So kiri kiza tebagenda bakuba mu kooti kubitambula obukiiko bwebuli bukola
bwe banaaba kubye parliament mu kooti era omulimu w'omusolo yajja okusasula. Kyova olaba nga ensonga gireese mu lukale abantu abanaasasula waliwo omusolo batandika okubanja abakulembeze baabwe, babuuze abakulembeze b'NRM oba bonna bali ku kitanda balwadde covid nga tebasobola kukola buvunaanyizibwa bwabwe.